Hey guys, it's Randy behind the Cheesecake, part 2. This time it's called Keyboard to Paper, so I think you guys know what this one would be about. So, Randy the Red Roxy Rebellion has a massive script, and believe it or not, it could have been bigger. In this episode, you're in for a treat because I will tell you guys some of the scrapped or deleted stuff that did not make it into the final cut. So, scripting started in September 2016 and ended in November 2016. All in all, the main script was around 90 pages. That's how long it still is. Not much was cut from it, but there were some ideas that didn't actually make it into the final script. When scripting, I split the movie into 4 parts. Part 1 started at the beginning and went up to Randy, Bam, Amanda, and the potato escaping from the Hero Factory. Part 2 went from Xenix's first scene to Enola walking away from Detrax's power. Part 3 went from the heroes being set free to Randy and Biohero chasing Core Hunter out of the club, and Part 4 was the final battle to the end of the film. Later in production, Part 3 and 4 were just kind of merged together because I realized they were a bit shorter. Anyways, you probably don't care about that stuff, so let's get into some of the scrapped ideas, okay? The first one was Xenix. Xenix was supposed to have a slightly larger part. Zaren's ghost would terrorize him a bit more, and he would have more interaction with Biohero before the final battle. But Xenix is really more of a Biohero villain, so I saved him for later. The next one is a car chase. Now I love car chase scenes in movies. They're so overdone but so adrenaline filled. My friend is kinda good at making remote control stuff, so we were gonna use some remote control cars to zoom down hallways and stuff for a car chase scene. He never got around to making the cars, and the scene would be really hard to shoot considering we need like a dolly or a camera mount. And soon enough he fell out of the hobby and the scene would have been costly. But it probably would have involved Speed a Demon. I'm kinda sad I never got to do it, but maybe I will at some point. Jake's weapons. Now Jake was originally going to have a shield and a fire chain whip thing like Ghost Rider has, but this idea was scrapped because the shield was too much like Biohero and the chain would be super hard to work with on set. I didn't have a special effects equipment thing, so it was just too hard to do that at the moment. A Starbucks scene. Yeah, so I wanted to do something with Starbucks, but the comedic value of Starbucks and White Girls heavily has declined, so I decided not to do this. I'm not exactly happy with how Amanda turned out in the final movie anyways, so I'll probably have to spruce up her character a little bit, take out a lot of the, she says like the same thing the whole film. I think I want to give her some more depth, so I'll change that up a bit in the future. Oof, okay, so love scenes. Surge and cocaine was an idea for a love sequence, as well as Stormer and his Diet Coke. Although Stormer and Diet Coke did actually make it into the final cut, there could have been more detailing how Stormer and Surge are able to have visions with their addictions. Randy and Amanda could have also hooked up, but, love is kind of a really weird thing to do with LEGO characters, so I'm not going to explain it, just don't expect me to do stuff like that in the future. This one is cool. This is what I call the fiery disco ball. In DJ's club, I would have loved to have the fight scene be even more colorful than it turned out to be. My idea for this focused around that double disco ball you saw. I wanted to make a scene where DJ gets the disco ball in a box before the whole fight happens. The provider told him that the disco ball was made from elemental energy from Makoto, bringing in a tie to the other timelines again, so that would have been nice. During the fight, Randy would get knocked into it and it would explode, causing a shower of brightly colored sparks to rain down on the fight scene and cause a beautiful bokeh effect to be like everywhere around everyone that's fighting. It would have been so cool, but again, my lack of skill in the special effects department took this scene away. So the final one here is the mid-credit scenes. The credit scenes went through so much change, it's insane. The ending Cheesecake one was always there though. But the mid-credits one got changed a lot. Originally, the first idea was to have Detrax in it. I can't say what he was doing, though. It would have spoiled some stuff for the future. However, I scrapped it because it was too lengthy, and I changed my plans for the other characters included in the scene. Sam Fenna did actually do those lines, though. It's just, I'll never use them. It's kind of disappointing, because he's like one of my best. The other one involved another club scene. Seeing DJ return to his club and meeting an employee that I would have introduced. The scene also would have included Xenix walking into the club and asking about the visionary cult. So the next 2 ideas for this mid-credit scene took place in the same setting that the actual final cut took place in. So that final one that you actually saw in the film, the mid-credit scene, these next 2 ideas did take place in that same kind of mysterious area where the coffins for the dead characters were. One involved the Toa from Matanui and Xenix, but the idea was morphed to not include Xenix and ended up becoming the final scene you saw. However, that final scene was shortened heavily. I filmed around 3 pages of material that would have showed you all of who that mysterious yellow and black character was, and it would have also included Enola. In one of the previews for the movie, there is actually a shot of Enola in this setting, but that whole scene was too long and never made it in. So it was cut down and made more mysterious, and that's all you guys got. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. See you later.